You want to do some improv? Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. What's up, everybody? It's time for an improv Just a Preview show. It's me, Warren Sprague. I am happy to be here with the king of high school jesters in their 12th year. The big man himself, it's King Kopy. You down there, buddy? Oh, no, he's over there. Hey, Kopy. Sorry. I'm directionally confused. How you feeling, bud?
Good. I liked your Snoop Dogg entrance. That was.
Oh, thanks so much. I thought of it and I did it.
Yeah,
Improv. We are joined here today by another student, another captain of their team. As a matter of fact, this is their third year in the league?
Three.
Oh, cool. I know numbers. That is just a credit to my high school training itself. But this student has grown into one of the most iconic people in our league. Her energy, her presence, her enthusiasm, her, dare we say, charisma is all up on our league, and she's about to turn it up for us here in our Just a Preview from Mojave High School. Please welcome third-year student and one of our favorites. It's DJ Christian Hot Cheeto!
Hi guys! Stop it! But keep going! Let's stop it!
She's funny, she's got personality, she knows how to count to 5. It's Hot Cheeto!
I do. I can't get past that though. I don't know what comes first, 7 or 9.
Don't worry, there's college for that.
Yeah. DJ, third-year player, was the All-Star last year for Mojave, but I think it was day one of her first show last year with her little Hot Cheeto references that we just held on to, and then everyone held on to. So that's just followed you ever since, but nonetheless.
There's very few students over the course of the years of jesters who had a nickname stick so fast as you, which is, again, a credit to how charismatic you are. People remember you because of that, and that's awesome. How does it feel to be the face of your school, sure, but maybe one of the faces of the league?
Whoa. The face of my school, I like that because I like to be in leadership roles. I like to, I don't know, I feel like I help people best when I'm in leadership roles, and even if I'm not, I know how to take a step back and let the leader do their job while still helping them out as their teammate the best I can. And as for the league, I mean, the league's amazing. So being like such an important person in the league is like such a huge honor. Like, I don't think of myself that high really, because in my mind, there's so many amazing improvers. I'm like, I can't compete. But you know, it's important not to let yourself be down. Just remember that like people still laugh at your jokes.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's so much more. When I say you're a face of the league and a leader, I think that what really was interesting in your last point is that you went straight to the leadership conversation. You recognize the leadership role. Can you tell us what it means to be a leader in the improv sense? What has made you stand out and be a leader? Yeah.
For me, in the beginning, my first year, being a leader was just showing that I was funny, or like showing that like, oh, I'm so good. But as you get on and like your second year or your third year, it starts to become less of that. Like you start to have the confidence in that. So you're like, okay, well, I don't need to tell everybody I'm good. I just do what I do and they'll see that. And it becomes more of, I have this amazing thing that I'm in and I want to share that with other people. And I know that other people like myself in the beginning have a little bit of anxiety about social performance and performing in front of people or showing something that they're not so confident in front of other people. So they're like, I'm like, I want to help you guys get rid of that anxiety. You think you're bad, but I promise you, you're not. Like, you're funny, bro. And if you have anxiety, that's what your teammates are here for. You're not going to, except for like the very few games, there's never a moment when you're on that stage alone. You're always on that stage with somebody, even if it's just like Roman or Kopy or Josh.
Yeah.
A lot of what you said here is just, testaments to life. So, You're never on at any stage of your life alone. I mean, everything you said, from leadership skills to knowing when to take a step back, you're talking about what improv preaches and what we preach as far as life goes. So you have seen a ton of change already in your 2.5-ish years at Mojave. What a juggernaut of a team and a beast of a team you had your sophomore year, right? And then all the new people that came along last year, when you were now kind of, top dog, and here you are again with more change. And then, I mean, Mojave is one of those schools that I've seen so much change. How many different teachers, how many different things that have changed at Mojave over the years. I think what I'm pushing for, why I'm even doing this interview with you, is, of course, we want to catch up with little Hot Cheeto. But the district is pushing right now to all the schools and all the teachers to say, hey, all these students are cooped up. The anxiety's higher, the depression's higher. Students are struggling right now because everyone's locked away in their house. What could you say to maybe encourage some of your friends at school to come and be a part of this and have fun with you? What words of wisdom does DJ have for fellow Mojavians?
For my Mojave compadres, or fellow acquaintances and stuff, I have to say, like, hey bro, I know you've been playing Among Us for the past 3 hours, or been on Instagram or TikTok, because I've been doing the same thing. But that's not entirely good for your social, or you're not your social, but your mental health, my guy, because there's not a lot of face-to-face social interaction. But you know what's great for face-to-face social interaction? Improv. And then that's like the show is part of it. But really though, what I have to say that to them is, like, literally improv is so great. Like, it's basically like participating in a comedy show. Like, if you've ever seen Kevin Hart on stage and you're like, whoa, that's so funny. What if we were sitting in like my living room or my garage spitting jokes back and forth to each other? That's what improv is, or at least to me. And it's like, and not only that, but if you feel like, I don't know, like maybe you're alone or you don't have a friends really, what more a great place than a club that we still are able to do that's still going on, because a lot of our clubs and our team sports, especially athletes, there's no sports right now. There's only clubs. And unless you have like the links for those clubs, or you're able to get in contact with teachers who are still doing those clubs online, improv's still going online. And it's a privilege. What better opportunity than right now for you to join improv?
And I agree with you. Speaking of all those athletes and those extra students, that was my first dream. That was my first love. I thought I was going to play in the NFL. And I found this world, and there are very few of me, very few other improvers that I can find that have fell into my path. But what Jesters has done, Jesters has found a way for athletes to be a part of this, for the random skateboarder to be a part of this, for the volleyball player, for the terrified friend who does absolutely nothing, but they show up to improv.
There's a role for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So any fellow Mojavians, if you truly are just sitting around and could use a friend, improv is like friendship to a science. There's a science to how to do this stuff, and we'll do all that together.
It's so diverse. Like, you can see it in the quiet kid who's after school, and then, I don't know, one day when your friends was talking about, or you heard it on the speaker announcements, you're like, improv show today after school. Many teams are playing. Come for laughs, food, and whatever. And then you go, and you're like, hey, isn't that so-and-so who always sits in the back of the class? And they get on stage, and they're literally the funniest, most outgoing, extroverted, seemingly person ever. And you're like, I did not know that person was like that, because improv brings out so much in everybody. And it's just so great to see, which is what I want to see in all of my Mojave friends who are bored with nothing to do, which is making them depressed, because I know it makes me depressed a lot.
DJ didn't need us here at all, Warren.
Nope. She could just have her own perfect sound bites whenever she wants. One thing that I did want to say, though, that really makes you stand out to me is how dedicated you are to watching improv. and how much you enjoy watching other students get, do their thing. You've seen more shows than almost any student in the league on average, I would say, certainly each year. I guess my question is, if you're like how I think you are, you must be absolutely chomping at the bit when you're watching those shows, either to cheer on those students you're watching or to hop on stage and do what you would have done. Do you feel that every single time?
It's both. I watch the shows, one, to get like experience, like see what shows I might want to play, talk to my coaches about, like, hey, I saw this one game, it was so fun. I think, like, this game, I kind of want to try it out with the guys or the girls and everything, our teammates. And then two, because people are funny, especially teenagers. A lot of teenagers today in our youth have mental illness, which causes them to be like extra funny because we can relate to each other. Or they're on TikTok, which definitely makes us relate to each other. There's so many memes and jokes. I'm like, you guys are so hilarious. And then three, because I just like watching people be funny, like in their element. I like making like my own side comments that make things extra funny, and it's nice.
I do want to say for a second, I can imagine your side jokes in the front row that we hear every once in a while get Kopy to crack up mid-show. We know it happens. We've seen Josh crack. We've seen Roman crack. You've just got this great kind of fun to you. Have you ever thought being a host yourself, maybe?
I have thought of that. And I was like, whoa, what is one? Because I saw Josh last year, and he was a part of, not last year, but my sophomore year, he was a part of our team. And then the next year, I was like, wait a second, I think that's Josh. And then like he came out, and when he hosted his first show, like kind of by himself, I was like, that is Josh, that's Kelly. And then I was like, whoa, what if I do that? Because I MC at like my basketball games, my volleyball games for one of my teachers. So I was like, what if I was an improv host?
Before Warren planted that seed, I was literally going to say you should have your own podcast, DJ podcast.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. As a matter of fact, I think you have a certain kind of affability that you share with Josh. Josh probably rubbed a little bit of his charisma off on you, and you were able to take that and run with it. And those are all skills that have really mounted for you. And I think that when you're done with Jesters, give it some thought, whether you want to hang out with us and keep being a part of the league, or if you want to go do some own entertainment thing that you want to host, I think you'd be really talented at it. So that's my 2 cents. Now, speaking of 2 cents, we did want to ask, if you don't mind, we want to hear some 2 cents from your coach. As we get ready to go into the new year, we have a completely different direction for our league to take, and we wonder what kind of advice you would expect to hear from your coach if you were in the same room doing it on stage like you've done all these years. You think you could share some Crystal Miller with us?
I think so.
All right, you got 15 seconds. Are you ready?
Heck yeah!
Go!
Guys, what's up? So today with improv, we're going to be playing a game called Scenes from a Hat. And what it's going to be is you're going to share what you wouldn't say if you were dissing improv. I'll go first. I love this league so much. And I hope all of you guys do the best. And I wish you guys all the best. And don't forget, one of the most important rules, never say no.
Hey, rule number 1. I'm so glad Crystal knows rule number 1. Good job. I buy it. We're going to play with you. Are you ready?
Am I ready?
Let's go. We're going to play a game.
Okay, here we go, DJ. So we are going to play whatever this one is. Superheroes.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
So superheroes works like this. One of us is going to start off as a superhero, given superhero. We're going to create one together. There's also going to be a problem. We need to solve that problem. The only way we can solve that problem is with our superhero friends, in which one of us will then enter the scene and be named a superhero by whoever was in the scene before them. Last person will come in, the same thing will happen. That second person will have to name the third person with their superhero. Third person will then have to be able to offer a solution for how to solve the problem. Leave the superhero meeting in the opposite order, just like Emotional Party. DJ, do you know superheroes?
I believe I've seen it once or twice,
Cool.
and I think my teammates played it once on stage, so I think I'm ready.
Cool. DJ, who do you want to be the first superhero to start? Me, you, or Warren?
Let's go with Lauren.
Warren. So DJ, what's a superhero that no one's ever heard of before?
Mr. Potato Juicer Man.
Potato Juicer Man. Cool. I will give Warren the problem. Warren, the problem with the world is that the sky isn't blue anymore.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm so glad that it's realistic.
You're welcome. DJ, let's have you come in second, and then I'll come in third and last. No rush to come in. Me and you will turn off our cameras until you enter. So give Warren some time to set the world up, and then you enter whenever you see that cue. So I'm turning off my camera. Warren, you are Captain Potato Juicer Man.
Oh, good.
And the sky isn't blue anymore. What are you going to do?
I'm going to save the world.
Then begin.
Okay. Time to juice me some potatoes. It's my favorite thing to do every day. Just like my old rooster says, cock-a-doodle do it all day. Put on my suspenders, head outside the door. Oh my gentle goodness gracious. What's wrong with the sky? Oh gosh, it's so many different colors. There's puce and chartreuse, all sorts of different stuff. I can't believe it. I better grab me my potatoes. Want some juice, Sky? You don't look so well. Oh, dang. Doesn't seem to want
there.
Doesn't seem. Oh, superhero friend is here. I'm so glad you're here. Perfect thing to say at all times, person.
Yes, it is. And wow, the sky is changing colors.
Perfectly worded. It's changing so many colors. Do you think you can help?
I think I can. I know the perfect words to say to this. Abracadabra.
That was perfect. You said it so articulately. But I don't believe it.
I've been working on it.
It hasn't been listening.
It might have been the wrong phrase though. It looks like it just juiced more of your potatoes.
Oh gosh, potatoes! Oh gosh! Oh help us! Help us!
I know the perfect words to call.
Have no fear. I heard of all the commotion.
I always know the perfect words to say. I'm just that cool. But how did you get here, Mr. Man who writes on the whiteboard in bold letters?
Well, I like to make points, and the only way to make clear points is to use proper dry erase markers and make it in full print.
Oh, brilliant! I can see it now. The words, they're gleaming light perfectly off the board, and the sky is beginning to clear. Wow!
It's because of the effort.
Again. Keep going.
It's
Wait,
because
I think I know the perfect phrase for this one too. Azul. No? Param stick? I think
It's
that one
working
works.
perfectly. Keep writing. Keep talking.
Okay.
Keep juicing.
Yes. We need more juicy potatoes. Hurry. Okay. I know this one. Cyan, azure, turquoise, cloudy gray.
The
Guys,
colors written on the board have combined with your illustrious words to combine with my, well, this doesn't really matter, but the sky looks normal, you guys! Good job!
Potato juicer man, you're right. Always says the right thing, lady, you're right. I'm glad that my very useful skill of writing on a whiteboard came in handy.
Hooray for hands!
Until next time.
Practicing Times New Roman would come in handy. Well, I've also got to go, which is, of course, the perfectly perfect thing to say. Bye, audience.
Bye! Potato juice tastes terrible. Bye!
And come on back. And scene. You know, sometimes you just do an improv scene and you wonder what just happened. And that was one of those. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, your superhero power DJ was appropriate because of all the, I mean, very good and poetic things that you said during this. And we have found here during our little Just a Previews that music is truly the driving force behind a lot of people, and what they look to is for wisdom. So why not offer them wisdom from a song even here during our Just a Preview? So here is wisdom from a song.
Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana. There was U2 and Blondie and music still on MTV.
Yeah, I don't know why we do this. Well,
while I dry my tears, I think it's time we all recover in our own way. Hey, DJ, thanks so much for joining us. We hope you had fun chatting with us, playing a little game with us. It's always wonderful to enjoy your enthusiasm. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye!
Bye, guys. Come join us. Make memories.